If you are most interested in the times of day the behavior is occurring, A, scatter plot is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. B, a line graph is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. C, a bar graph is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. Or D, the standard acceleration chart is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. A scatter plot is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. A scatter plot shows the relative distribution of individual measures in a data set. But unlike bar graphs that give us a summary of data based on specific components, and unlike a line graph that gives where each data point is like, what was the dependent variable at this time? What was the dependent variable at this time? A scatter plot says, what is one variable at a different variable? What is one variable at a different variable, which makes it super flexible because we're no longer tied to just time. So data points are not connected. It depicts changes in values on one axis correlated with changes of values on the other axis, and patterns suggest relationships. And it's sometimes used to discover the temporal distribution of the target behavior. The temporal distribution, temporal always means time. So it's the time distribution of the target behavior. So scatter plots are a great choice for being able to do this. But if we had behaviors over the course of the day, if we see a bunch of behaviors all clustered in what is period one and almost none in the rest of the day, that's going to tell me a lot about when the behavior is occurring. If you're most interested in the times of day that the behavior is occurring, so essentially where or when in time is the behavior occurring, a scatter plot is most likely the appropriate choice for graphic display. A line graph is not going to give us, remember, a line graph is only this behavior, so the dependent variable at a certain time. So it's not going to give me a summarization of where's the behavior occurring most often. At least not our standard line graph is not going to do that. A bar graph actually would give us a great summary of like how many times a behavior has occurred in certain times of day, but it's not going to show us like the relative distribution across time as easily. So scatter plot's going to be the most flexible one to do that. The standard acceleration chart would not be appropriate to see what time of day, because remember, the standard acceleration chart shows the change in rate over time. So it is the change in count over time, which means it's never going to show more than one data point, either by day. They also do have a chart that is by month or by week. So it's going to give one data point for each of those time frames. It's not going to tell us how data is separated across the hours of a day or what times of the day. And so it would not be the most appropriate for that. So the standard acceleration chart, the bar graph, and the line graph are not our best choice, which leaves us a scatter plot is the most appropriate choice for graphic display. This is me asking for reinforcement. Well, potential reinforcement.